Hi, it's Jason Wade, and we're here to talk about Chapter 2. And I'm standing in the middle of a wood pile because this is where I work. Economists, they love their little models. It explains the world around them. It makes sense of things, and they use these models to simplify their reality. Now, in my opinion, sometimes they simplify it a little too much. Models, economists, yes, we're going to use one of those models to show what's being produced. Then we're going to talk about the importance of trade-offs. And then we're going to talk about a technology that helps increase production. And all this together is called Production Possibility Frontier. Now, if you're wondering like I am, where did the word frontier come from? Well, that's a question for Josh Price now, isn't it? Let's make things simple, okay? I work in a power plant. I've got one day, I've got one shift, I got two resources that I really need, and that is wood chips and water. But for our little experiment here today, I'm gonna say pine cones because it's funny.
If I spend all my time gathering wood chips, I can gather 5 pounds of wood chips, but then I won't have any pine cones. Instead, I can gather pine cones, and since I am 1/128th squirrel, I can gather 10 pounds of pine cones in about an hour. But then I won't have any wood chips, which I need for a power plant. I could spend half my time on each task, and at the end of the hour, I would have 2.5 pounds of wood chips and 5 sweet pounds of pine cones. You can see how this works. This is how the PPF shows how things are produced. But it also shows the importance of trade-offs. I would love to have 20 pounds of wood chips and 50 pounds of pine cones. Remember my squirrel genetics? But I don't have the time. I don't even have the time to produce 5 pounds of wood chips and 10 pounds of pine cones. I have to choose to spend my time gathering one item or the other. There is a value to this. We can add a value to this trade-off. I mean, look at me. I'm pathetic. Look at that wheelbarrow. Look at me try to shovel in this small amount of wood chips.
There are two ways to increase production. You could spend more resources, so instead of working one day, I could work 2 days. That would essentially double my production. But eventually, I'm gonna run out of time or run out of energy.
The second way is to use technology. Using technology keeps the inputs the same. That's the same me, same hour, same place to gather wood chips and pine cones. But now I have a loader. Look at this. It just increased my production. I can now go gather more pine cones. My squirrel ancestors will be so proud. I've got a conveyor system that's just gonna bring in more wood chips. It's gonna keep this power plant online. I mean, people used to literally shovel coal into these furnaces. And now we've got technology that eases that burden and also is far more efficient.
So in summary, the Production Possibilities Frontier is a simplified model that shows how individuals can take their resources and produce two goods. The model shows what's being produced, it gives a value or a price to the trade-off, and then it shows how technology can help increase production. So next week we are going to take this little model and we're going to apply it to one of the 10 principles, how trade can make everyone better off. So until next time, why do you think pine trees don't eat salads? Oh, it's because they're coniferous.